here to take over the game. Yeah. Still. I know what's going on. Yeah. It's still politics as usual. Life looking beautiful. Talking real heavy. More heavy than the usual. Shook the whole world up. That type of motion new to you. So it's just a throwback. Losing, we don't know that. Only give them all facts. That's exactly what y'all lack. Always show the people love, so they show us love back. Yeah. And been worthy like 42 on the lake.
Good evening, beloveds. I was watching John Wall last night. He's an analyst now on NBA TV, so every time I see him, I want to do that.
He had the coldest introduction to the league when he came out.
Yo, didn't he?
That was incredible.
Shout out to John Wall. And we are glad to be back with y'all. Y'all wanted the graphics. We gave y'all the graphics. You wanted Storm on the intro. We got that back. We're back to our old ways. So we're glad to have y'all tonight. We are the Politics as Usual NBA podcast, covering everything NBA related and some sneaker talk. Make sure you follow us on all the social medias. I forgot something. I don't got a microphone on. Do I? Cutting out. We need to start over. We should start over. We got to start over.
I love this show. I love this show. Let's just keep going. I love
going?
it. But keep going. Why wouldn't we?
Keep going, the crowd says. Now I'm rattled. Now I'm start sweating.
More. Give the people more. Give them what they want.
Make sure you follow us on all social media. Hold it like this week. We're on Facebook, YouTube. Make sure you're subscribing YouTube so we can get over 100. I think we're almost there. So we can keep going and building on that. And on Instagram, make sure you follow us. And I got my man, as always, with me, Mr. Adam Carter. How are you, sir?
What's up, Jack? How you doing, good brother?
Man, I'm glad to be here tonight. And another episode, man. As we get closer to the spring and summer months, you know, the conversations, the narratives, and the games, everything gets important. It's the best time of year for those who love the NBA.
Absolutely, Jack. About 20 or so games left for each team, depending on their schedule. About 20 to 3 games left.
20 in the 20s, 22-2s if you know your classic raps. So we're in that neighborhood. Yeah, man. So let's start with some sneaker talk. What you got back there, sir?
Absolutely, Jack. So I think I had a pair of 4s last week. So this week I went down into the vault and got some Jordan 5s.
Yes.
I know that these were released recently in January, but these are not that. these are from our earlier release that I got a couple years ago, maybe 5-6 years ago. Now these are being called the Golden Ticket Jordan 5, but they're also go by the what are they calling it? They got the Golden Ticket, and they got just like the gold pack Jordan 5. I believe I got this at the outlets, Jack. I found these at the outlets on the wall maybe 5-6 years ago, and I said I cannot leave them there. So I decided to pull these out. A lot of the sneakers that they're retroing this year, I have them in the vault, and I said, man, I got to pull those out. I haven't wore those in many years. So this week I pulled out the gold pack Golden Ticket Jordan 5, Jack. So what you bringing out for tonight's episode?
Oh, let me see. I can hear you. I got you back. We got it.
Did you lose me for a minute?
Oh, yeah. There we
What you pulling out this week, Jack?
I got some. These are one of my favorites. I'm not an all black guy all the time anymore. I am an all black guy. About my footwear. But I got these. These are the Kyrie Answers. They gave me these, and I like them. They are so comfortable. Remind me of the Dion's.
Yeah, I like them.
And these, man, they feel like slippers. And I just hit him up. So shout out to Answer. He just came up with a new colorway. I was like, please send them to me. I need them. These are some of my favorite new sneakers. I know I got a lot of retros, but I like getting some new ones every now and then. And I like what they're doing over there. These are mad comfortable. So if you ever see some Answers, I don't know if you can You can sure do the what was you mudslide? You were just singing that the mudslide, cha-cha slide. These are perfect for these.
The
I'm
mudslide.
I'm
You
gonna
know
wear
what
these next time I get
call
do a
mudslide.
wedding reception right here. These gonna be I'm gonna wear tux with these.
You're gonna
Got
be doing the mudslide in them.
cha-cha on your left.
Yeah, shout out to Kyrie, man. We wish him
Yeah, man, get better
speedy
soon. We
recovery,
need you in the
man.
league, brother.
Absolutely, absolutely. Jack, you ready to dive in tonight?
Let's do it.
So the MVP race, Jack, I feel like it was an MVP race type of weekend
Oh yeah,
with the OKC Thunder and the Denver Nuggets going head to head on Sunday, Saturday and Sunday, or Sunday and Monday.
and then
Sunday and
Monday.
Monday, I'm sorry. And with each team getting a win. So it was split down the middle. OKC got the best of Denver the first night, and Denver got their lick back, as they
Oh yeah.
say, on the second night. And both MVP candidates performed, Jack, and that MVP race is going to be cold down the stretch, Jack.
Yeah, man. This guy had a little on Instagram raised the question. People was chiming in. Shout out to all y'all. And yeah, it's interesting. It's funny how that worked out in the scheduling to have those back to back games like
Back to
that.
back.
But I think that SGA is still the leader because the team is so good. There's no way you can have a 10-game lead on the two seed is going to be behind 10 games. Even though Joker's having a phenomenal year with his stats. There's only a couple. Probably with Michael Jordan that one year he had 30. He was averaging 37. I think it
Yeah.
was the defensive player of the year that we found out years later that they cheated for him. Y'all go Google that. I didn't make that up. Saying he
It
had
is.
say,
We didn't say it.
saying he had a 200 block fan and he only had six the whole season. but that season when he had 37 and Russell Westbrook when he had the first triple double, he was a 6 seed. Jordan was
Yeah.
probably so typically it's not given to the player who's the best player of the era every year.
Yeah.
Or if that's the case, Jordan would have got it went from 89 up to 90. He'd have had a 7 year run.
And LeBron would have had
Kobe,
it
no,
in that
that's not
2000s.
true because
Kobe.
Kobe and Shaq only got one apiece, so that can't be the precedent that we're picking the best player. So
Absolutely.
because Russell Westbrook got it that one year, they was a 6 seed, but he had such a phenomenal year. Outside of those 2 years, it's always given to who's having the best season on the best team. And
Right.
SGA is having an incredible year. Maybe and because he's so quiet that he kind of get pushed back to the background a little bit. We don't see him in a lot of commercials. That if you ever seen the OKC game, he is the coldest player.
Oh,
And
man.
I didn't catch either game live. I was driving back on Sunday and I listened to it on the radio. Like an old man, I had to listen to it.
I
And
was going to say that. I'm glad you said like old man, because when you said you listened to it on the radio, I was like, ooh, that's old, Jack. You
Sirius
show your
XM,
age.
no, I be on that Sirius XM. I get my money's worth. I listen to everything on the radio. Like I almost turned the Power 99 on there.
Wasn't
But
sure if you was Rashad Grove or Tyrone Carter. I don't know, Jack. I think my dad still might listen to a
caller,
football game already.
caller, are you there? So, but I didn't know on the second game that Jay Will got hurt. I was wondering, like, because they had the lead. Then I
Yeah.
looked in the dice. Oh, he got hurt, and looked like Denver finally was shooting the lights out. But that's probably going to be. I heard them say today, those two and the Lakers against the Golden State probably going to be the semifinals. Then it would be the Bucks and the Celtics or the Knicks in Cleveland. Those 8 teams say it's going to be the greatest second round ever. I said that
That's
would
the
be
way we
insane.
always want it, but it'll never happen that way.
Man, the
Somebody's going to mess it up.
Indiana Pacers are going to find their way to get to the finals this year.
Somebody is going to
Something
mess it
happens,
up.
man. You sleeping
Yeah.
on John them. That's when Triple J comes back and they messing around and go on a run. You never know. But
Yeah. Can't tell anybody
when we
else.
get to with LeBron's injury, you'll never know.
Right.
But I think SGA it would be I would be disheartened if he didn't take it this year. Just because
And
the
I,
separation, because he's been. We're gonna talk about the best teams. Those guys are not even getting consideration. Donovan or Tatum.
right.
They be
And
acting
I
like
think
Tatum ain't even there.
And I think as far as with the MVP race, I think that Shea could have got it last year.
Yep.
and he would have been well deserving of it last year, and he did not get it. So in years past, the same way that they did with Embiid, I think regardless of what Joker did this year, I think Shea is going to get it just because they feel like he probably could have got it last year. It's not always based on, like you said, who is necessarily deserving, who's the most valuable player to their team, because that could be a lot of people, right?
Sure.
And Joker probably is the most valuable player to their team, and Shea, rightfully so, is right there at the top of the list too. But I think right now that, barring some type of, unless Denver goes on a 20-game win streak,
that's it.
And OKC takes a mudslide, takes a right foot. If they take a slide, I think it's Shea's award to win. And you posed this question on social media to the people, and most people said Shea, right?
Yeah.
There wasn't a lot of people that said Joker.
I was surprised.
Even though putting up 30 points and 20 rebounds and 20 assist game, like that is,
man. The numbers are crazy. I was watching him against the Suns when he put those numbers. Don't even look like he'd be trying. So just like it's just no hope. But I would love to see that 7-game series because with Hartenstein and Chet, that would be a great series. That would be a great series. But I think the Joker, one thing gets me nervous. A lot of media people, they're pulling for Joker. So that makes me nervous. They want him to get it. I don't know why. I'll let y'all figure it out. But but they pulling for him.
But this is the thing though. The Joker is so good that he doesn't, like you said, it doesn't even look like he's trying. Like it really doesn't look like he's trying. But man, he is incredible, man. And he's a player who gets it, honestly, is so deserving. I mean, I think Giannis is in that third spot.
Yeah, forget about Giannis.
Talked about, like,
remember Giannis? He's back to back. Just a couple years ago. It's funny. Who was the last American to win the award?
Is it LeBron? Or
maybe Steph. One of those ones. Steph. Did Steph win when they won 73 games?
Yeah.
Was it 20? He might be the last American. 2016?
No,
Giannis probably start winning back. Giannis probably start winning
after that,
18.
Harden and Russell won.
Oh, Harden. I forgot about those. So Harden, probably after Harden, because that's what he said. All Giannis do is dunk. He won that year. Probably Giannis 1 to 2, then Joker and Embiid. That's crazy. And Shea's so young, he messing around. He probably gonna get a couple.
Yeah, and with the way that team is, Jack, they follow behind. He puts them on their back, and he's a good leader on that team, Jack.
You know what I love about them, and the Sixers should take notes. They had me so upset. I said they don't even know how to tank right. They beat the Warriors, then they gonna win again. I say, y'all are driving me crazy. And shout out to Jay Duke talking about why are you wearing a Sixers jersey? Because I'm a loyalist.
It is not winning time right
now.
Not on the basketball side.
We gotta get that pick.
Not trying to win. What are you doing?
Like, now you don't want to win games. Like they can't even. But Presti show you how to. If you're gonna lose, get all the picks. And know what they do down there in Memphis too? Player development.
Absolutely.
They develop. I never heard of Bain. I never heard of. They know how to find. They know how to draft. They know how to scout. Because the big time free agents probably are not looking at an OKC or Memphis, but they know how to develop them.
Yeah, and that front office is second to none, and they've been really good for like the last, as far as like the way they take care of their organization for maybe like the last 10 years, Jack. Like, that's man, a top-notch organization. So, shout out to the Oklahoma City Thunder, Jack. They're definitely a top-notch organization they got there, Jack.
Take note, Sixers.
Please. Let's move on, Jack. So, last week, Jack, last Thursday, we we had some fireworks, may we say, as the Los Angeles Lakers took on the New York Knicks in a good game, by the way.
Oh,
Ended
yeah.
up being a
Yeah.
good game. Brunson ended up getting hurt this game, but during third quarter of what was it, second quarter or third quarter of that game, LeBron James spotted a one Stephen A. Smith and ran up on him and had a conversation of some sorts and had some
Yes.
choice words.
Yes.
So basically told him, leave his son alone.
Yes.
Keep his son's name out of his mouth, and put the fear of God and put the fear of the king inside of Stephen A. Smith at the moment. But of course, Stephen A. had a lot to say once LeBron was no longer around.
Yo, listen, he had a whole book afterwards, but he was a mute man on them videos.
Duh. Oh man, what is your so let me ask you this, Jack. Obviously, a lot of people are split on how they feel about LeBron confronting Stephen A. Smith. How do you feel about it? Do you think it was warranted, or is it's a punk move, as they would say?
You know what? I love it. I feel like D Wade. I love it. Love it. Kobe, love it. What I love about it, because it was so unexpected. And if I'm LeBron, he probably was letting it brew. And what you call him, Rich Paul was like, he's sitting right next to you. This is me making this up. Rich Paul texts him on somebody got a hold of him. He's like, he's right next to you. And I'm all for Brandi being critiqued about his game and develop as an NBA player. That's part of the game.
Absolutely.
Stephen A. Smith, particularly Stephen A. Smith, has been doing too much with making it a father, you're not a good father issue.
Right.
I watched him say, I'm pleading with you on a tweet as a father, stop this LeBron. Over the line. I watched him on his own show. I don't watch his show. I barely watch First Take. It's just too much for me now. But I watched him also say, look how Carmelo Anthony is doing it. LeBron, take notes. These are taglines of his Stephen A. show. After enough of that, you're supposed to get it right when I see you.
Absolutely. On
right
site.
There. That is way too much. And that is, he didn't, and I didn't hear Stephen A. say, hey man, Bronny's in the G League averaging 22 points a game. He's really improving. He didn't say that. He's saying LeBron as a father, you're not doing a good job. That's offensive.
And this is my take on it. And I had a conversation with B-Dub on Sunday. We were talking about this. And a lot of people's argument is, well, that Bronny doesn't deserve to be in the NBA. You know that this and you know that. And my argument back to Dub was the top 10 players in this NBA draft. Where are they?
Met them.
How many points are they averaging? How many points are they at? Okay, a couple of them are in the G League, right? Yes. A couple of these top 10 picks are in the G League. How many points are they averaging in the G League?
What are their names?
Tell me 5 of the 10.
I'm about to say 2. I only know McCain because he played for the Sixers.
McCain, absolutely.
He played for the Sixers. That's the only reason why I would know.
And McCain is cold. There's a couple of rookies. Don't get us wrong. There's a couple of rookies that are having a decent year. But this is not a great draft. Bronny was 55, guys. Stop.
Listen, 55 and almost died.
Yeah.
Maybe he probably would have a better freshman year if he didn't almost die.
Absolutely.
And you don't think that, and you don't think, here's the thing I read the room. You don't think he would be extra sensitive?
Absolutely.
After his son almost died?
Absolutely. And the part of it where LeBron got him a job. Yes. He's LeBron James. Yes, he got his son a job. We got to get over that.
Oh.
We got to get over that.
I
get people jobs all the time, and I don't get no back.
No. We cheer that on. Anytime a black person helps a black person, we would cheer. And that happens. You know how many times. That's what I miss about Woj. Woj was stopping that. Woj was like, a lot of us got our jobs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you.
Woj saying a lot of us got our jobs because of this. And that's a white
Absolutely.
dude talking. But we got to chill with that.
I am in education as my job. If you think that I don't use Tyrone Carter's name when I'm
Yes,
trying to get in certain rooms, you're a fool. You're a
that's
fool.
insane. That's,
That's
think
insane.
you don't think Scottie Pippen finagled and got his son in the game?
Absolutely.
He's not in the league playing, but why would you? Why wouldn't you? You don't think Steph Curry got extra light and had extra exposure because of who his dad was?
And these people we're talking about are not LeBron James.
Yeah,
Come
they're
on.
not
So,
LeBron.
so stop that narrative
Yo,
of,
yo,
nah,
if Michael
stop it.
Jordan's kids was anywhere near as good to get in the league, they would have been playing with the Charlotte Bobcats when he owned them.
Absolutely.
And you know what we'd have did if Jordan would have did it? Excellent, fantastic,
Absolutely.
great. We got to
Absolutely.
chill on that. Why wouldn't you want to? Why wouldn't dog? I make y'all billions of dollars as LeBron James when I come here. How about y'all do me this solid?
Hmm.
Let me get a spot for him. We'll develop on the G League and see what happens. He
And
didn't even
then
guarantee him no. He didn't even guarantee him no playing time.
the money that you're paying him, you made back in tickets and jersey sales.
Easy,
You made it
easy.
back.
You really made it back now because Luca came and you really raised the tickets up. So we got, oh my god! But that narrative of Steven, and I don't like how I hear all these journalists. I watched 1,000 different and read a lot how they're saying, what is the line across now? First of all, this is not a basketball critique he's mad at. And you see what LeBron said when he said to Richard Jefferson. He said to Richard Jefferson at the Celtics game when he said me as a father, I was like, I don't care no more.
All gloves are off. And Stephen A has made a living
Living,
mentioning, like Skip Bayless. We had this conversation, last week? Like
yeah,
Skip Bayless, you make a living making these taglines that are going to get people's attention.
yes,
And you come on the next day acting like you all sad. You probably went and bought the biggest bottle of Moet after
yes,
LeBron James confronted you on TV. He
yep.
said, "Oh, I got a week full of content to
Gold,
talk
gold,
about.
gold,
Ooh,
gold.
I am going to run this to," and you've made a living off of it. What I don't like about Stephen A is they exploit him for being the loud black guy. And he's made a living and he's okay with, hey, you got to get your money. But at some point, the way you think you deserve to check somebody when you've averaged 1.2 points in your playing time is to be able to say whatever you want, but nobody can say nothing back. The world
Nobody.
does not work that way. The
I
world
put
doesn't
on
work that
no.
way, Jack.
I put on Facebook. He expected LeBron James to call him personally. Like, who do you think you are? Yo, he has such an inflated
He thinks
self-importance.
he's
Yo,
Trump.
you
He voted for Trump.
same playbook, dog. And I'm like, I just can't. It just bothers me so much that they don't see how foul, and maybe they haven't tracking as long because Stephen A loves to be in that LeBron algorithm.
Absolutely.
When he finally hangs the cleats sneakers up in 10 years, man, people
10
gonna
years,
lose gigs.
15.
People gonna lose so many gigs because there's so much money to be made in the anti-LeBron industry.
Absolutely.
Never seen that. It's amazing. It's so much money, and Stephen A. has benefited. He hasn't been as bad as Skip Bayless, but he sure picked up the baton.
Absolutely. And
Mhm.
what Stephen A does is every once in a while, like the day before that he got confronted, he finally said, "Oh,
Oh yeah,
he's the GOAT."
backhanded.
Every once in a while, he has to say something nice
Yeah,
just to try to stay in LeBron's good graces.
yeah.
Oh man, he
It
drives
just
me crazy,
it
man.
bothers me, man, because you know what? And like I didn't like how even Skip Bayless. I throw it all on him because those people who were there thought it was funny for him to say Westbrook, Posh Spice, what do you call Posh, Bosh Spice?
Mm-hmm.
That's offensive. When he was calling
Absolutely.
these people, he was calling these black dudes in the media names, and they kikiing with him. and they built a whole system. And LeBron is tired of it, man.
Yeah.
He said, I can take it. I was made to take it. But you're not going to have non-basketball critiques and disguise them like y'all talking about. Man, Stephen A. says, you don't cover the NBA no more. You are a commentator talking on a talk show. You ain't wrote nothing in years. You ain't got no sources and put a piece together. You get paid and you earned his money. Because when he was in Philadelphia Inquirer, he was a legit journalist writer covering the league. You don't do that no more.
Right.
You are a talker now.
Yeah, and you
And
get paid to talk,
yeah,
and you
man.
got talked back to this time, and he
You
didn't
got
like
to
it.
talk back, and I loved every minute of it.
Absolutely, Jack.
Yeah, man. Jeez.
So that was last Thursday.
Whole time,
Big.
you know what? You know one person that said he got it right. Run It Up. That's Michelle Beadle, Chandler Parsons, and Lou Williams show. I
Oh
love
yeah,
their show. And Tim Hardaway was on there. He said,
oh
"I'd
yeah,
have
I
did the
saw that.
same thing." Tim Hardaway spoke the truth. He said,
Absolutely.
he said he's supposed to get it. He said maybe I would have pulled him aside. He said, but he was going to get it right there.
Oh yeah,
Because he crossed the
absolutely.
line about the parenting, man. That's he's not trying to protect Bronny. Because there's plenty of people writing for the LA Times, the Athletic. There's plenty of people that are saying Bronny needs to develop. That's a critique. That's the truth we all know. But
And
there's
the
a difference
funny
when you're
thing,
saying you're being a bad dad.
he is.
Yes,
He's
and look,
legit. He's not playing.
y'all not saying that part.
He,
Y'all
he
got he's
plays in the
starting.
G League and he gets maybe a couple minutes here and there, like any other 55 pick would have
Yeah,
gotten. Like he's
same
like everybody else.
same contract too. He may got a little bit more guaranteed, but it's not
Absolutely.
like he can go get 40 million. It's rules to the NBA, y'all. He can't just go. It's all. Oh, Lord, oh, now I'm gonna need a drink tonight.
So on uh, Saturday, Jack, it was a big game between the Boston Celtics and the Los
Ooh,
Angeles Lakers, and LeBron came up with an injury, Jack, and
oh man,
so a lot of injuries right now for the Lakers. Got
ah,
LeBron out right now with the groin injury, which is scary. Knowing
yes,
the fact that his first year with the Lakers was at Christmas Day of all days,
it's
playing
midday.
Golden State. He had the groin injury that ended up kind of derailing that season. They were in like the fourth spot
It was
before
rolling,
he
and that's
got
how good
injured.
LeBron was. He had Lonzo Ball, Graham,
All the
and
young guys.
they were young. He had them cooking. They was cooking Golden State that game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Christmas
man. But
Day, Jack. A
that
lot of
was
Laker
like most.
injuries, though, Jack.
I didn't even know until he got to the Boston. I didn't know Hayes was injured, like a legit knee injury. I knew Hachimura has been missing games, but that's three starters.
Yeah,
And with
and then
Luca, look like he got a bad
Luca
back,
is
trying to
he's
work his way back in. But still, here's what's funny: they may win that game if LeBron don't get hurt.
absolutely.
That's what's crazy about the team because that still wasn't there. And this is how I know they're a very good team that they can play bad and be in the games. We know a
Absolutely.
bad team is when you play bad like the Sixers, you are losing. They was
Yeah.
playing bad and came back. So I was as soon as he said it was growing, I was like, oh, anything but that. It just
Right.
reminded me that's probably his most serious injury he's ever sustained. And they
Yeah.
said a week or two, so hopefully it's not that bad. But you know what? They really needed to get that game against Brooklyn.
And
That's
they only
special.
had like about what 8 players that
Yeah,
game, Jack?
just like Dallas. And that was a tough one, but Jason Tatum was smoking.
Yeah.
Yo, this is how good Luca is. They said he wasn't even at his best. He didn't play his best. Dude had 32 points, 14 rebounds. You
And he
know,
looked like a shell of himself.
that's why. And here's why I keep saying this is why you don't trade Luka Doncic if you're the Dallas Mavericks because of situations like this. Now LeBron may need a week or two off. At least they can know Luka can give us 30.
And even if you lose these games, Jack,
Yes,
Luca's filling up those seats. They're still
Luka's
coming the
feeling
same play.
working himself back into playing shape, getting to know the other teammates, building that rapport.
And it might be a blessing in disguise that LeBron is not out there. So
Yeah, but he
now
went.
I learned different people to trust, like you said, getting to know
Yes,
the new teammates, building a rapport with them, knowing where they like to get the ball. So it could
yes,
be a blessing in disguise, Jack. And they're in the third spot still. They were in
yeah.
the second spot before
Mhm.
Saturday's loss. Now they're in the third spot, but they're still in great shape, Jack, compared to where they were maybe a month ago.
And then you get probably the blessing in disguise part. You get LeBron back, probably getting some rest because he's been playing a lot. He only missed 4 games this year.
Listen,
He's been playing back to
li-
backs.
listen. At 40 years old, only taking 4 days off from work is working a lot.
He playing a
Let
lot,
alone
man.
let alone running
He
up and down the court.
he is clocking in. I was like, and he's like, this is probably the most I've seen him just flying around the court in years. Which
Defensively, he looks great, Jack.
it shouldn't even. That's where they missed him when I was watching when he went out the game for the Celtics. I was like, now you see him. It's not even the offense; it's the defense. He's like playing the quarterback. And shout
Yeah.
out to JJ Redick, man. He's got Darvin. Darvin Ham may not never get a gig. Here's what you know: knowing the game and strategies mean a lot, man. You can't just
And,
even when you got LeBron, you can't just throw the ball out there.
and this is my thing. And with the Darvin Ham thing, a lot of times, even us included, we like to use the black coach blame. Oh, this
Sure.
wasn't that. This wasn't that
Yo,
with Darvin Ham.
yo, and I fought it till I saw Reddick in action. I said, oh
Uh,
no. And everybody said, oh,
who
he's
say
top
that?
five coach. Then everybody said, oh, he got a podcast with LeBron. I thought that was sticky. No. LeBron knew that this guy knows basketball for real.
And
Reddick knows basketball.
and with Luca coming, you said, man, the offense is going to be incredible. In hindsight, it was the defense that was incredible.
I'd have lost all my money because I would have never been. Because that's all they were saying. Like, man, how do you lose Anthony Davis and
And
your
get better.
defense goes to another level? Unbelievable, Reddick,
Man,
man. And when I knew they were serious in that game against the Joker, when they had him, like Joker ain't never seen him getting. They was like he got him playing physical. So LeBron probably lose a week or two. And I think they got the Bucks coming up. They can mess around and sneak and get that game. Oh, I think they need. If I'm Reddick, I'm like, we need some big games from you, Luke.
yeah,
We
momentum.
need Dallas pre-Kyrie Luca, where you used to have to go get 35. I
Mm-hmm.
think he get one or two of those games. I think they got the Nets on the schedule, Nuggets again, maybe the Suns. You might as well look like the way the Suns playing. That's an easy one. The Suns don't want to win games.
Well,
They look like they tanking.
it's funny that you should mention the Suns. Let's segue into that topic.
Oh
Uh, just recently, Skip Bayless went on and I'll say this: Skip Bayless's take wasn't that terrible.
no,
It wasn't that terrible. I
no.
was kind of like, this was a light one for Skip. He basically was saying that, even though that KD is putting up his numbers, that, he kind of looks like he's on his last mental legs as far
Mm,
as being an NBA player. Shooting a documentary right now. Still getting his numbers, but the Suns don't look like the same type of team. KD got into it with Budenholzer, which is like, KD, you got to stop this. Got into it with
yo, coach,
Nash, and you got into
coach
it with
killer.
Budenholzer. Yeah, like it's starting to look like it's you.
Yeah,
So, and he said that, he's playing great, but the team is just not doing that well. And basically, KD said, well, F it, we both washed.
yo, yo. First of all, he didn't waste. He probably did that within an hour. He don't waste no. Listen, he is not no LeBron and Steph Curry. I don't know. They're the goats of this generation. And Steph Curry stays away from everything.
Steph
Everybody
Curry
loves
don't
him.
respond to nothing.
Bron is polarizing because he's always in the GOAT debate. But Kevin Durant, he don't care who you are. He'll at you, retweet, rethread you. I don't know what they call him over in threads. Rethread. I thought it was fake because it happened so fast. And he said we both won.
The thing about Kevin Durant is he only wants to do two things. I'm convinced that he only does two things. He likes to play basketball and he loves social media. So
Three things. Can I add one?
what's that?
He hates going to the barber shop.
Putting on moisturizing his skin too. You can add that. God.
You know he's never coming on the show. And it's just not executive producer.
Sorry,
Oh my
Katie.
God.
If you can
Sorry,
come
kid.
on. You can come on politics as usual. They tell you what, we're not We're
He
not.
just he'll waste no time coming at us. He don't care if you got one follower. He does not care, man.
He'd be like, "Look at your stupid hat." He
Yeah.
would just go.
You know what he did? We was my man in the parlays, Biddy. He be talking about how KD be killing our slips on the parlays. And KD responded. I don't know
I
how he
saw that.
found it. He said brokies.
Yo, he wastes no time. But all he has nothing but time. If he's not playing basketball, he has his phone in his hand and he pays attention to everything. And
Yo,
he
he had a
doesn't.
burner.
And
He had a burner account.
he's not a fan of this generation's media.
Yo,
What I mean, them being able to say whatever you want. He feels like if you can say whatever you want, I
yes,
can
yeah.
say whatever I want.
You remember back and see when we were coming up as kids, watching the Stuart Scotts, who's a sports broadcaster. Those guys, even back in the day when we watched, I used to love on Sunday the sports reporters. Those guys, Peter Vesey and those guys, you had to be in the newspapers and the magazines to know if they hated a guy because they weren't personalities.
Mm-mm.
Now those guys want to. You can, and that's my problem. I love Kendrick Perkins because he really knows his basketball.
He
He's
does.
fallen. He falls into the Stephen A. Smith trap, where he tries to get a takeoff and be a personality, and that's like the KDs. Because KD watched the world turn on him. These guys when he went to left OKC, and what
Yep.
I love about him, he lets them have it. He don't care. He'll be in if y'all on Twitter follow KD and just go through the threads, his tweets. He's going at everybody. And but that
No,
was a
no
class
picks either.
that was a classic one for Skip though.
Yeah, man. I love to see KD clap back at some of the haters, as they say, Jack. Good for
Indeed.
KD, man.
Indeed, man. Get him off you, man. I said these guys, he's a legend, man. Why
Absolutely,
y'all
Jack.
think y'all can just be well, I'm trying to remember, why do we think we can just personally attack these people? That's
It,
just insane to
and
me.
it's the way of the world in the media today,
Yeah,
unfortunately, Jack.
man.
And even us, I guess we were technically the media because we go on. You got Klay Thompson, man, he gets it. James Harden.
Oh, you, everybody. Oh, yeah.
James Harden, that's you.
Forgot all about that. Yo, I was hating his guts.
Jordan Poole. Forgive us. We don't mean it, though. We're not those
This,
guys.
this is fun. This is all in fun. All in fun. All in fun.
We love all these guys. We love all these guys. Let's switch topics, Jack. Let's switch to the East, Jack. Cleveland Cavaliers, Jack. Cleveland is serious this year. It is not a fluke. It is not just the hitting a bright spot where they've been winning all season, Jack. Currently on a 14 game win streak. Already clinched a playoff spot in March. They're serious, Jack. They're serious.
Yeah. I looked at the team when Mitchell first got over there, and it's like basically the same team. Adding in Hunter, I don't know how they got him at the trade.
Oh
That
my
might have
God, that was an incredible trade.
if they win the championship, it's because of him. Because my cousin, shout out to Michael Grove out there in Ohio. He's a big Cleveland, and he said, man, he was telling me, he said what they really need that'll put them over the top. He kept saying it is a legit small forward.
They got one.
He kept saying it. Now that lineup, and Shannon Fry was on Oddball today. He said, man, they can play any way you need. He said they can put Allen on the bench, put Mobley at the five, bring in Hunter, play small and fast. He said they can leave Hunter, play small, put Hunter at the five, put in Struce. Now they got the shooters, the Bull Jerome. They have so many different ways. And in the series, and shout out to Atkinson. It's funny, like Bernie had the same. sometimes a new voice, new strategies,
Mhm.
and he convinced Donovan Mitchell to be more of a playmaker and the team went to another level. And he never looked better as a player.
Jack, the Cleveland Cavaliers are
Yeah.
54-10. They have 17 games left. They could easily win 13 of that 17.
Man, he'd be up there with one of the
That's
best
like
teams.
a 67 win for the Cleveland Cavaliers would be major, Jack.
That's big, man.
That is
That,
big.
that's like
17.
one of the best. You get in the upper 60s. You in the Lakers when they won 33 in a row. They had 69 wins.
Yeah,
You got you got Golden State, the Bulls. I think the Sixers in '83 has 65. So everybody don't be just getting no 68 wins. And you don't know, and they healthy. Everything's clicking for them, man. Garland looks great. I was the one saying they got to split them up. I was for it. I hope nobody brings those old clips back up. I was like, you got to get out of there.
they
Dog.
got some games coming up though, Jack. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. They got the Magic, they got the Clippers, they got the Kings, which is probably a win, but they got the Suns, which you never know which team they'll get. They got the Pistons, they got the Clippers
Mm.
again. They got the Knicks.
They mess around. That's 10-game win streak right there.
Yeah, I think easily they
If it ain't
win
Boston
another
or
10 of the
OKC,
17.
if it ain't Boston or OKC. But you know what? And Evan Mobley, yo,
Incredible.
he's unlocked. And I used to hear dudes be like, "Yo, can he get it together?" I didn't see it. I say he looked too tentative. But Atkinson was like, "No, get that ball to him. He shoot threes now.
You know who he
Oh,
reminds me of? Mobley reminds me of our boy down in there in Miami. They have a similar game to me. I
Bam,
feel like that's just it. I think Bam is Evan Mobley's ceiling. I think he can
yeah,
ultimately be that type of player
yeah."
one day.
And he's, you know what, and he has more of a that's a great comparison. And he has way more of a offensive, like, I've been saying, Bam, shoot it more. When with Jimmy, like, man, he's just so, passive with it. Evan Mobley's like, he taking it to the hole, he's dunking on. He wasn't doing that last year.
Yeah.
And that team, I think, I think that's my pick.
For the East, think that's
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
It's going
man.
to be tough to get through Boston, Jack. I
Only
think
thing with
fully
Boston,
healthy Boston.
that's the biggest issue because I don't Porzingis has got to be the biggest health question mark.
Yeah.
We talk about AD and Kawhi, we keep forgetting about Porzingis, and
But
here's Boston is not good enough this year to win without Porzingis. I think against Cleveland, I think
and
they need him this year.
the thing is, he's the type of player that he doesn't really for what they need him to do on that team. It's not like he needs to play himself back in shape. So all this is rest for him right now. As
Yeah,
long as
this
he comes back in April healthy, good luck, Jack. And man, get your popcorn ready if they
Ooh.
get to the Eastern Conference Finals.
And here, you know what's going to be different this year? They got home court.
Mm.
That spread that one extra game may be a difference maker. You ain't got to go
Yeah.
up to Boston.
And Donovan Mitchell looks hungry, Jack. He looks like he is. I've always felt like he was this good. I'm glad
Yes,
that
yes.
he should be in the MVP conversation, which
It's
is
funny
it's
him. It's
ridiculous
funny
that he's not.
we talk about him and Tatum, Damon sniffing at it.
Don't even look over the East.
It's between them two guys
Crazy.
out there. It's like Donovan. You can see in it every time he does a post game interview, he's so laser focused. He's laser, and I don't know what happened. He signed that extension, and Evans signed like Atkinson got them. They are such a team now.
Yeah, Jack. Yeah, Jack, man. So keep an eye out on those Cleveland Cavaliers, Jack. They are going to be a
Serious
problem in the
business.
playoffs, Jack. All right, Jack, you know what it's time for? It's time for my favorite segment of the week.
Well, let's hear
That
it
the
then.
Fact Jack stat of the week. I'm sticking with the Cleveland Cavaliers
Oh,
this week for my fact.
You
So
better not be known
as
with
we
Craig Elo stat. What
Jordan
is
shooting
Craig?
a three over J over Elo. But
He ain't been
this
hurt.
year, the Cleveland Cavaliers, for the first time in a while, had three All Stars. Jack, with
Yo,
Evan Mobley, Garland, and our boy Spider Mitchell. As we know, a few years ago, the great LeBron James was also on the Cleveland Cavaliers, and they had three All Stars as well with Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving.
yes.
So this week's fact, Jack, I question you: has there ever been another time that the Cleveland Cavaliers have had three All Stars, and if so, who were those three All Stars, Jack?
Let me. It could be these. It could be these guys. It could be Larry Nance, Brad Daugherty, Mark Price.
Mark Price. Mark
Woo, he was
Price,
bad.
Jack.
Yo, Mark Price and him and Mahmoud Abdul Rauf. Their game's perfect right now. They were so ahead. We even know what to do with those kind of players now. But
I
like
got
pull up
I
three
got a
pointers.
I got a better stat than that, Jack. Those three players did it twice.
He did it twice. Three All
19
Stars.
Those three players did it twice. They did it twice. They did it in 1989 and 1993.
You know what? I was like Jordan ruined everything for them. But you know what? Ron Harper used to play. They traded him because
Yeah.
Ron Harper was the two guard.
Yeah.
That would have been they would have kept Ron Harper, man. They could have they maybe kept one or two of them championships. But Mark
Yeah.
Price, if y'all never seen Mark Price,
Shooter.
like he was a dude shooting like the step stats, shooting 98% from the free throw line. He
Yeah,
was
man.
so ahead of the game, like, and you know in those days, no, there wasn't those offensive minded point guards. Like they was like one in a million. You had to be a
Yeah.
distributor like Stockton and Isaiah Magic type, but Mark Price.
Yeah. Mark Price
Woo.
was good, Jack. Mark
Hey, Larry
Price was
Nance, you
good.
know I hate Brad Daugherty because you Sixers fans know we traded him away.
I saw you
Man,
say that recently, Jack. That's what we do, Jack.
that's what we do. Look, we hate good stuff.
Oh,
Oh, we hate it.
hate it.
We'll trade him away. God,
Chance to draft Jason Tatum. Nah.
give us the guy who plays in Washington, who we've never seen on TV, but we watch Duke every week. Who's
Oh,
6'9", matter of fact.
yeah.
But yo, let me ask you this one: is that a record where like all stars can set like those? It has to be a record. The same three guys for the team making it.
Yeah. I'll have
That's
to.
amazing.
I'll have to let you. Not from 2 years. Not from 89 to 93. No. They made two separate years.
That's even crazier.
Yeah.
Can you think like I'm thinking the Bulls? Was Rodman making the All Star games when they three-peated? He may not have been making an All Star game.
Yeah.
That's a crazy number.
Yeah, Jack. So that's this week's That's a Fact, Jack stat of the week. And just
That's a
like
good
that,
one right
Jack,
there, brother.
that is a wrap for episode 14. You don't want that mic or those earphones, Jack. He
Yo,
just, hey, executive producer, he don't want them.
yeah, they're driving me crazy. I
He
can't
don't
keep
want
on.
them.
I can't find my other ones, and these joints refuse to stay in my ears. It's driving me insane.
Oh, God. Who you shouting off this week, Jack?
Oh, who am I shouting out? I'm shouting out Duke. I'm shouting out Thomas Hines, who jumped in my comments. What's up, man? Long time no see.
You
And
say Tom Hines?
yeah, man, he jumped in my SGA question. I couldn't believe it. I was like,
Tom Hines.
yo,
I always love to see Tom Hines. That's my guy. We graduated together. Shout out to
yeah,
Tom.
90, big hoop it. I graduated with his brother Eric. Shout out to
Yep.
Eric Hines. Yeah, man. So it was good just talking to them, talking hoops with them. So shout out to those two. And shout out to the Coachville squad, Judy, all the I saw a picture with Duber with Mr. Carroll.
Mm-hmm.
What was his name? He used to run the person who does the sports. Athletic director.
Yeah.
I said, oh my goodness gracious, look at him.
And I
So shout out
graduated
to
with his daughter, Ryan. I
Ryan
graduated with
Carroll,
Ryan
yeah.
Carroll. Yeah.
Oh man. So shout out to all of them and shout out to Coastville. Go get that win tomorrow.
Absolutely, absolutely. You guys are seeing this on Wednesday. We're filming it on Tuesday, so hopefully we come out with a win. So I got a couple shout outs. You're gonna enjoy a couple of these shout outs, Jack. Shout out to Quincy Till and
Oh my
Lemmy Roper.
God.
But our shout outs are just gonna say bum.
Yo, why do they troll me so much, man?
Bum take.
Bum take,
Bum
bum
post.
bum normal, bum hat. Yo, I killed him one time. He put up something. I said bum fork.
Shout out to those guys, man. Shout out to Quincy and my
most
boy
definitely.
Limbro. Limbro
Most
got a
definitely.
birthday coming up.
Man.
Yeah, and shout out to our boy RJ. Shout out
Yes.
to RJ. I saw RJ. Well, he posted a couple of days ago. He bought some Politics as Usual merch from
shout out to him.
K3Ts.com. So
Shout out.
and I saw
see it right
today.
there.
Yes, I saw him today walking one of his mini dogs. You know, RJ got 20 dogs.
Yes.
And I saw him with the T-shirt on, so that was cool to see, man. So shout out to
man.
RJ, man. That's our guy.
RJ, take a pic of yourself and post it, man.
Absolutely, Jack.
He said, I never thought in a million years I'd be wearing something with your mug on it.
And look at that. The executive producer got the merch right there.
Shout out to the executive producer. Goodness gracious. Look at this week. Man, we could never figure this out. We barely know how to turn the Zoom on last week. But look at this.
About it. Look at the technology, man. We're back. We are back. Hey, Jack, before we head out of here.
Yes.
Please give me something smart. This guy never prepared.
Oh, got one for you right here. As the salmon swims upstream, forget the end part with Martin said.
Oh,
Came here to take over the game. Yeah. Still. I know what's going on. Yeah. It's still politics as usual. Life looking beautiful. Talking real heavy. More heavy than the usual. Shook the whole world up. That type of motion new to you. To us it's a throwback. Losing, we don't know that. Only give them our facts. That's exactly what y'all lack. Always show the people love, so they show us love back. Yeah. And been worthy like